that my child does, but that's because I have a house help and things have changed very, very differently, right?
Yes.
Their circumstances are very different from is that of mine. So how do I connect to say that
Here there is no need to connect, right? Here in parenting, we are looking for the benefit of the child, right? So when their situation is there where you are like, about to shout at your child or blame, then we have to recheck ourselves, like, have we not ever done this kind of mistakes and can they be corrected or not? In that way, you need to think. It's not like, when everything is going on track. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So what are the few things that we do in modern parenting is we avoid and ignore. So don't you think, like, nowadays most of the parents, like, if kids do a mistake, they ignore it. If they done something good and like, awards will be automatically given. And do you think it's the right way to every extent? So we need to be conscious enough to what level the awards need to be given and like, which kind of mistakes can be ignored. If at all the by mistake child have broken a glass or broken a bowl, that can be ignored. But they started abusing the like, relatives who have visited home. They don't know how to respect a teacher. Those mistakes cannot be ignored. Because of the over pampering, all the mistakes are being ignored. So in this particular generation, many Dhritarashtras are taking place. Whenever they are entering the role of a father or mother, everyone are becoming as reflecting the Dhritarashtra. Because of the over love, they are ignoring the mistakes and stop, like, we are stopping ourselves. My child may not read for a longer time. My child don't know how to respect elders. He's little kid. But if same thing we find in the other child, can we take it? Do we accept they are the little ones? We don't. Then we expect the discipline. So in the same way, kindly don't, let us not become blind with the overlap towards children. We can avoid them, we can ignore them, but we should have a clarity on the limitations to that. Then for everything, the betterment of the child, for them to grow very well, sharing is the key. Because unless you know what is going on in your kids' mind, you cannot help them in the right way. So sharing, how sharing can be done? Do you think asking is sharing or telling is sharing? How many of have this sharing habit in our life? Generally, you understand talking is sharing, but we understand whenever, like, most of us try to recall the instances and check. Whenever we ask our child some question, when they are about to answer, within the first two lines we become judgmental and start giving our own answers and replies. So that is not called as sharing, and that is not even like, the quality time which you are spending with your kids. So if you really want to share, first allow them to talk as Krishna did. Entire first chapter, Krishna allowed Arjuna to speak and never interfered and advised anything. Unless Arjuna asked Krishna, like, help me. So in the similar way, let us first listen to the child, understand it, then go with questioning style. Because for today's generation, advising style may not work that great. And it also depends upon the attitude of the child. So first check the attitude of the child. When the child is entering into teenage, they cannot take the direct advices. Sit like this, be like this, dress up like this. Don't go with this kind of direct instructions. Go with questioning mode, using what, how, where, when. How do you think this looks on you? Do you think people like it? So go with the questioning mode and make your child think, and this helps you to inculcate that thinking ability in the child as well. Okay, this is very much important. More sharing, more information you get, you can have the effective control over the child. But always remember, once you get the information and you react in a normal way, next time you'll not get information. So always you should be in a sharing mode, and even inculcate your thoughts in their mind in a sharing mode only. Now comes the very important aspect. What do you think, there shall be rules for kids or not? For kids, rules should be there or not?
It should be there.
Exactly. So how the rules should be is, there should be few firm rules and few flexible rules. If at all you make every rule to be very firm, then what happens? The child will be very much disturbed, and one or the other point they'll break it. So let us not give that chance to them. We ourselves as a parents first sit, talk, and decide what should be the firm rules and what should be the flexible rules. So the firm rules, actually how they will be, basing on our cultural values, our ethics, principles, and everything, emotional health, physical health, and keeping all these things in mind, we have to frame firm rules, and they will be always consistent like that. Okay, so what could be your attitude of framing a rule for your child? What aspects you want to include in them? You think about it. It's your choice. It need not be mandatory for everyone. Few people, like, give importance to the family cultural values a lot. Few people may not give. They're quite flexible for anything. So in making rules for your kid, what kind of qualities you want to include in your firm rules, make note of them. Have you all written? Once you are done with framing these rules, we will go with flexible rules for your child. So, what are important for you? Morals, ethics, your family values, what you are considering, the emotional health of the child or the physical health of the child. Like, what happens if at all you take firm rules, like, considering your physical health of a child, you will be very much strict about their diet. You will not allow them for junk food or anything. Or you'll be clear, like, weekly once or 15 days once only you can have the outside food. So for making that kind of rules, you need to be clear whether you have that firmness in that or not.